Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the southern U.S. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, I want to steal 90 seconds of your time real quick just to remind you that we're going to be making some changes to the way that we deliver this regional weather forecast content to you here at Nutrien Ag Solutions and Agrible. The regional forecast videos for the Corn Belt, the South, the West, and the Northeast on Tuesday and Thursday, along with the Wednesday and Friday Canadian Prairie regional forecast videos, will be going away. Instead, when you visit your Nutrien Ag Solutions or Agrible customer or employee account, you click on Weather Story and head to the map, click on the southern region or whatever region that you're curious about. When you bring up that page that would normally have the video sitting right at the top, instead you're going to have a Nowcast section where 5 days a week or more, whenever it is necessary, I'll be pumping out relevant information on high-impact weather events specific just to your region. So the premise here is this is going to free up a lot of bandwidth for me mentally and physically. It takes a lot of time and energy to sit down in the morning and generate all of this video content for all of the regions, whether the pattern is really demanding that or not. And instead I'll be able to sit down first thing in the morning and say, okay, what's important in the South right now? What's changed? What do these folks need to know right now? So you can bring up that page, you can get the latest thoughts from myself or from Eric, and then you still have the Monday and Thursday ag forecast videos where we're laying out what's happening over the next week or two, and then the Wednesday long-range U.S.-focused weather analysis where we dive into the next 2 to 3 weeks, if not longer. So really, the video content that we're still going to be putting out Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday covers the storm systems across the regions very well, and these regional videos are a bit redundant, and I could be spending this time in a lot more useful ways, using my strengths and sending out, again, more frequent weather updates to you when it matters the most. So you can log into that page, again, 7 days a week at pretty much any time and see the latest thoughts from your Nutrien meteorologists here who are kind of watching your back. So I feel like I'm going to just be a run-on sentence at this point. I want to let you know that, again, the regional forecast videos are going to cease to exist. They will no longer be uploaded as we get to the other side of the holidays, but I'm going to be delivering much more relevant, much more informative updates on high-impact weather specific to your region. And then below that, we're going to have a set of maps that are just, the same maps there every day, just refreshing several times a day. If you want to see the forecast radar animation, the forecast precip over the next 3 to 7 days, recent precipitation or temperature information, growing degree day information, it's all going to be right there, tailored just to your region. So again, the loss here I think is going to be actually an addition in content for you as we go forward into 2021. We'll start with a look at the satellite picture here. We got a storm system moving in across the midsection of the country. You're going to be bringing some snow to the north and then some rain to parts of the southeast as we head into the mid and late part of the week. We'll talk about that here primarily during this forecast video. Temperatures across the southern region right now pretty diverse. We've got 20s and 30s across parts of the Panhandle region. We've also got scattered 30s across Oklahoma, Arkansas, and on into the Gulf Coast states. But we've got 50s and 60s as you head down toward the coast. Parts of South Texas and South Florida here checking in quite warm on this Tuesday morning. As we look at the hazards map from the National Weather Service, it is pretty quiet across the south. We've got dense fog advisories across parts of East Texas and southern Louisiana. Otherwise, we are advisory free across the southern U.S., but a smattering of colors here, browns and blues across the northern and central plains, where we've got high wind watches, high wind warnings, winter storm watches, and winter weather advisories in effect. Here's the surface map here Tuesday morning and then Wednesday morning on the left and Thursday morning down here bottom center as we watch this storm system slowly lumber from west to east across the northern plains into the Great Lakes, dragging with it a cold front into the region that will bring, again, some rain into parts of the Ozarks and the Gulf Coast, starting as we get into the overnight tonight and then more tomorrow morning. And then the precipitation continues to expand in intensity as the system moves from west to east during the Wednesday evening into Thursday morning time frame, with the potential for a little bit of snow across northern portions of Alabama, Georgia, on into the Carolinas. Here's your next 7 days of precipitation. Again, really as we continue to endure a pattern that has storm systems coming in from the Pacific, making their way through the Rockies, and then kind of lifting through the Ohio River Valley off into the northeast, we are going to focus a lot of precipitation over the next 7 to 10 days across the eastern third of the country, and that will include portions of the southeast. Here's your total snowfall forecast between now and Christmas Day. So if you don't have snow on the ground right now, you're likely not getting it across the south as we talk about, hoping for a white Christmas. Same thing goes across the panhandles. We've seen some snow over the last couple of weeks, but it'll be dry as far as additional snow goes as we head through the rest of the work week. Now, as we look at the pattern at 500 millibars, again, this all continues to be a product of a very wavy, very progressive pattern that's sending storm systems out of the North Pacific through the Gulf of Alaska, ashore across the Pacific Northwest, and then into portions of the central U.S. As I just hit play, you can see the train of storm systems making their way into the midsection of the U.S. Here's the next ones here next week, just continuing to march right on in. So here's the pattern this morning. We'll take this into Wednesday then. We see our next trough dive right into the central plains as we get into Wednesday afternoon. This is going to set the stage then for some heavy precipitation across the eastern third of the country. We end up with a trough west and then a ridge to the east. That allows for a strong fetch of Gulf moisture from the south. And again, a lot of vertical motion across this region, again, as that trough begins to swing in and those heights begin to lower. So that's the pattern as we head through the next 3 days or so. This trough swings in, dumps its precipitation, brings a shot of cold air. Ridging moves in on the backside. That's going to allow temperatures to moderate rather quickly as we head into the weekend. But then here is storm system number 2 right here, and then 3 looming across the Pacific. So here we go as we get into late Sunday, really more into Monday and Tuesday. We see our next system squeezing in here. And then the next one comes lumbering in as we get into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So we'll take a look at the precipitation forecast here. Again, the high-resolution NAM model will handle storm system number 1 pretty well as it begins to develop its rain across the lower Mississippi Valley as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. So here's the timing on that once again. A quiet Tuesday across the south and across much of the central U.S., Here's Tuesday night and now getting into Wednesday morning. As the sun comes up Wednesday, storm system is beginning to mature across the upper Midwest. The area of low pressure here right across northern portions of Minnesota. The cold front extends off to the south from there. So it'll be warm and windy out in advance here. It'll feel kind of like spring tomorrow across the Ozarks, Arkansas, Louisiana, off into the lower Mississippi Valley. A strong wind, a strong southerly wind bringing in warm, humid air. But that cold blast will arrive from west to east with that cold front Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, waking up to a very different picture on Thursday. So this is Wednesday evening as the sun goes down, a line of showers and storms along the Mississippi River here between Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana, extending off to the north into portions of western Kentucky and Tennessee. Take this into the overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Sunrise on Thursday morning, Christmas Eve. A line of showers and storms now extending from the western Carolinas into portions of northern Georgia down to the Florida Panhandle. And then this thing will continue to move from west to east quickly as we head through the day Thursday. The European model can pick up here where the high-resolution NAM left off. We'll take it into Wednesday night once again, Thursday morning, midday Thursday. This is when maybe that snow change or that rain changes over to a few wet snowflakes across almost the Tennessee border of Mississippi and Alabama, Alabama and Georgia, and then maybe a little bit of snow here getting into the western Carolinas Thursday night into Friday. This thing exits then as we get into Friday morning. So by Friday morning, the sun comes up on Christmas Day. No one's going to be getting precipitation. It'll be cold across the southeast, warming already as ridging and high pressure starts to slide in across the west, the parts of Texas and Oklahoma. You begin warming up on Friday the 25th. Everyone starts warming up as we get into the weekend then. And then we turn our attention to our late Sunday into Monday storm system. Again, we'll have to watch where the actual track of this low is going to be, how intense the precipitation will be. And then, of course, we have our third one that comes swinging in mid next week. So an active pattern here gets kicked off here Wednesday into Thursday. Dry as we head into Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Next storm system swings in here Monday. And then we get a third one that swings in Wednesday into Thursday. We'll be watching for some strong winds with the passage of this storm system as well. In addition to that, we could see some strong storms with that the passage of that cold front here as we get into Thursday across the Carolinas. So let me jump back here. I kind of glossed over that. I do want to make a mention here that as the cold front pushes into the Carolinas on Thursday, we get this area of low pressure developing here across the Carolinas as well. We could have just enough overlapping here of strong wind shear associated with the upper level low and the surface low, and then enough warm moist air being dragged northward into this region as well to, again, just have enough instability and wind shear to create some strong storms, producing some gusty winds, maybe a tornado or two on Christmas Eve across the Carolinas. So as this one gets out of here on Thursday, we'll have to watch for the potential for some severe weather across the region. Again, strong winds with that low as it passes through the area here, winds gusting anywhere from 40 to 50 miles per hour as we head through Wednesday into Thursday, and then additionally some strong winds possible with some of those strong storms on Thursday across the Carolinas. We'll look at temperature trends then here. Again, a shot of cold air comes in as we get into the end of the week, but we moderate quickly on the backside. Here is that shot of cold air as we head into the Christmas holiday. Again, some of the coldest air of the season sliding into the region out of Canada. We do quickly warm up as we head into the weekend, but with our Monday and then midweek storm systems next week, it's likely we'll be seeing some additional cold air dragged in on the backside there. So be prepared for a bit of a colder, more active week next week. Total precipitation from the ensembles, again, as we deal with the storm system or storm track like this, much of the precipitation over the next 7 to 10 days is going to be stacking up across the eastern third of the country from kind of the lower Mississippi Delta all the way in through the Ohio River Valley up into the northeast. Who's getting snow between now and the next 7 days? Again, the probability for 1 inch or more of snow to accumulate between now and December 30th. That's the map on the right. And again, as these storm systems, primarily next week, take further south tracks, it is possible across parts of the Panhandle regions we could get some additional accumulating snow as we get into next week. We'll finish with a look at your high temperatures then for the day today. This is tomorrow. Thursday, cold air comes in. Friday, it's real chilly across the southeast, but Saturday, we're already starting to moderate from west to east. Most regions should be seeing high temperatures back in the 50s and 60s as we head into Sunday and Monday of next week.